we need in the United States? He's here with his wife, Carol. The thing I wanted to tell you is, Carol, actually, I was reading his Wikipedia page. Carol, when she was 16, asked Dr. Paul to bring her to her 16th birthday. And they'd been married shortly thereafter. Well, I met my wife, Linda, when she was 17. I asked her to dance at West Point. So I don't have Congressman Paul beat, but we're trying to work out a long marriage like you as well, Congressman. Listen, the star of the show is here. You've been waiting to hear him. We need some truth in the United States of America. We need somebody who's going to stand up to the Federal Reserve and say, stop devaluing our currency, Ben Bernanke. Stop doing the TARP bailouts. Stop sending trillions of dollars to central banks over in Europe. And start taking care of the American people. We need somebody who's going to stand up for our military and make sure, before we send our troops to war, you follow the Constitution and you get a declaration of war. That's going to ask, is it in the national security interest of the United States before he sends our troops halfway around the world? Who's going to stop these police actions that are bankrupting our great country? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to elect the next President of the United States? Thank you.
President Paul! President Paul! President Paul! President Paul!
Excuse me, can I just get a quick shot?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, it looks like there's no summer soldiers or sunshine patriots here today. Looks like there are a lot of true believers in the revolution, and that's what counts. Thank you very much for coming and for that very nice welcome. And obviously you have to be a true believer to come out and spend a little time in a little damp weather, but wonderful. This is a real opportunity to restate our convictions and our beliefs, because we are in a serious mess. We are going to do something about it. We're in the middle of a campaign that is going to prove a whole lot that our campaign not only is alive and well, but this country is going to be changed. You know, this morning in the news I read that China was complaining about us getting too aggressive in the South China Sea, and they were warning us. Now, isn't that rather ironic? We borrow money for China, we run our military operation, we go over there and pester them with our military. What is this? How many countries are we in now? We're in about 50 countries, 900 bases. We just recently opened up a base in Australia. I don't know why we have to occupy Australia these days. So it's pretty ironic that we are doing this. As far as I'm concerned, putting troops and vessels and pestering the Chinese right now would be similar to allowing the Chinese to come into the Gulf of Mexico or the Chesapeake Bay and declare that it's their territory. So it's about time we change our foreign policy, because it is such an important issue. It contributes to the war and the killing and the finances. So it is now time to bring the troops home.
Yes.
Our foreign policy is a schizophrenic foreign policy. It's on again, off again. We support one dictator 1 month and then we get rid of him. But this has been going on and on. It's just not once or twice. At one time, we were on the same side as bin Laden. Then things happened to change. One time, we supported and we were on the side of Saddam Hussein when we wanted him to invade Iran. So we at one time were close allies of Noriega. We now are still allies with a country called Saudi Arabia. 15 out of the 19 hijackers came from Saudi Arabia, and they practice Sharia law. I would say that we ought to look more carefully at what the founders told us and taught us and encouraged us to follow. Is a non-interventionist foreign policy, free trade and friendship with other countries, and no entangling alliances and no nation building. Turn. It has to be turned over there. No, you have to loosen it. You have to loosen this one. Okay. No, I don't know. Tighten it. All right. Okay, good.
President Paul.
President Paul.
President Paul.
President Paul. President Paul. President Paul.
It is obviously very crucial that the foreign policy changes because of the cost. In the last 10 years, we added $4 trillion to our national debt. We shouldn't be adding, even on our side of the aisle, the Republican side of the aisle has a proposal to so-called balance the budget in 30 years.
Boo!
My proposal is to cut $1 trillion the first year and balance it in 3 years. But of course, to do that, we have to change our attitude about what the role of government is.